All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom unto the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad the four winds of the earth, being occupied in prophecy and remaining steadfast in the faith unto you. I say shalom. I just wanted to do a quick and brief lesson, share a few thoughts with the body. And as brothers and a few sisters that might hear this message already know, we're in the eve of the so-called new year, what Esau has deemed to be the new year, okay? And traditionally, brothers, they send up their prayers, they send up the curses, they, do live lessons and edify the body and continue to teach the prophecies. So, Lord's will, I accomplished that end in edifying the body through this message. And, I'll be able to tap into the other different live streams that are going on and be edified as well. So as you see on screen, my first precept here is 2nd Ezra chapter 8. And we're going to go to verse 50, right to the point. I'm going to stick to all the main points here as much as possible. And it reads, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." And the reason for starting off with this precept in particular is because I was meditating on the different things that happened in 2021. And of course, this is the time as we begin to, come into the new year. People make, different resolutions. People have, new expectations and desires. Right. And ultimately people are hoping for a so-called brighter future. And, really what you have to look forward to is more judgment. More judgment is going to come upon America. More judgment is going to come upon the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, or continuing to walk in their wicked way and not repent. Judgments are going to continue to befall our enemies, such as Esau, Edom, as well as the heathen nations. And, again, while people are, still holding on to their false sense of hope and security with the different drunkenness and rioting that they'll do tonight, what they're not taking into account is the different judgment and prophecy that the Lord has in store for 2022. And, as within previous years, all the previous so-called New Year's that came in, they usually came in with a significant event, okay, that started off the new year and kind of set the tone. And, I believe that, and of course I'm just speaking in the spirit, but I believe that this so-called new year and coming into 2022, now you already know that vibration of 6, all right, is there, all right, which is the number of a man, which we know who that man is, okay? So expect more draconian measures, right? Expect harsher things and restrictions to take place, all right, pursuant to the prophecies, pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12. But, just in conclusion to my point before we move on to the next precept, I believe that the moment 2022 comes in, man, you're going to see a great, shift in energy, man. I believe this is going to be one of the heaviest years that we've ever witnessed and experienced, and I'm not saying to be afraid, of course we have fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and with that appropriate sense of fear that we have, we use it to, make better decisions and to hopefully remain in the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But as far as the things that are to come, we are not to fear those things, because we have strength in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, beginning with the name. That is our refuge, okay? That is our strong tower. That's where we draw our inspiration from, okay, as well as the truth and the understanding of the truth. So we are not to be in fear. But these people, they have every reason to be afraid. All right, they have every reason to be sorrowful and grieved, because there is no good thing that is going to come within this next new year. Hence why I decided in the spirit, of course, because it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I read 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. I'm going to read it again for emphasis. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. And we know that we are in the latter time. Right? We have been given that gift of faith. We have been given that fortunate gift of understanding through the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to understand the times. And as prophets, okay, we understand the secrets of the Most High. All right, Amos 3 and 6 says, "For surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto the servants, the prophets." And beginning with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, on down, they've been telling you all the different events that are going to take place. And now we're at a time where everything is speaking. Everything is manifesting, right? Where we were once conspiracy nuts and theorists, all right, people are starting to reconsider their thought process, okay? They're starting to reconsider what the truth is, okay? Now, it says, because they have walked in great pride, right? Because of these people's pride and being lifted up in their spirits, you know, and a good example is that of the people who have been complying this whole time, right? Because they put a great division between the people who believe in being experimented on as opposed to those who do not believe being experimented on. And I have a personal testimony. You know, with my job, I had overheard a particular female, you know, boast that she got the boost. And, you know, this is because, you know, we're at a time now where in certain states, they're so heavy regulated with these different mandates that you can't even go into certain places without showing proof that you've indeed been experimented on, okay? I'm trying to select my words carefully, so Salakia, but and so because they've been afforded rights over others, you know, it comes with a great sense of you know, inflated self-worth, okay? Overinflated self-worth, okay? In a great deal of pride, all right? And these people have already been proud, you know, because they can go to their convenience stores, right? They have their different applications to promote themselves and sell themselves online. And, you know, you know, they got the fashion of this world that they've been accustomed to. So people have been walking in great pride. But look at all that has happened in the previous year as we approached the so-called New Year. Look at all the things, the different homicide rates that have gone up exponentially in every major city, especially in Philadelphia. All right. Look at the people who have become sick and died. Look at the people who, as a direct result of being experimented on, has occurred, all right, or incurred serious side effects or even death. All right. So these judgments are going out more and more. We're getting closer and closer to the fulfillment of major prophecies before Yahweh Shai returns and delivers his elect and destroys all of our enemies. And yet here these people are still continuing to walk in their great pride. But we know that that's all a fulfillment of prophecy. All right. The Lord said, I'm going to go right on to our next precept, that there was going to be great, Slakia, that there was going to be great, let's see, do I want to get the blue letter? Kind of want to get the blue letter. Gross darkness that was going to come upon the people. The Lord even also further stated in Thessalonians that there was going to be a delusion upon the people that they should believe a lie. And that's what people have gravitated to. People have gravitated to the frequency of lies. So every time this man has spoke and has enchanted these people through that constant repetition, through working through that left-hand energy, all right, because Esau Edom works through the left hand. That's why he does all this sacrificing, all right, and continues to enchant the people, because those things have power, all right, but the power is limited, and the power is only going to work up until a certain point, right? But it has its purpose, is to cause confusion, is to cause great judgment. All right. It has its purpose. But at the end of the day, the people that fall to these lies, they're going to receive their reward, which is going to be death, judgment. All right. Tribulation, plagues, and ultimately death, as written in the scriptures. And those that have perpetuated those things, okay? Esau, Edom, and the wicked sellouts of the 2/3 of the nation Israel, who have perpetuated these ideals and have co-signed these things and have been benefactors of that evil and wickedness because they've gotten contracts and deals and more money and accumulated more wealth because they sinned against the Lord, while at the same time have led astray our people. They're going to pay for that, man. And that's what this message is all about. That if you thought that there was going to be anything less than greater judgment and fulfillment of prophecy, you were dead wrong. All right. This is Isaiah 60 and 2, excuse me. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. What darkness? The lack of understanding. All right. Because these people are spiritually discerned. All right. They're spiritually discerned. They don't have the ability to distinguish the events that are taking place and align them with biblical prophecy, because it has simply not been given to them. All right. Only the servants, okay, only the secrets of the Most High have been given onto the servants, the prophets. All right. And we, beginning with the apostles and elders, have been telling the people that, look, these things are a fulfillment of prophecy, and these things are going to happen. And lo and behold, everything is happening according to the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because I'm not boasting us. I'm boasting the fact that the Lord had mercy on his men, enlightened them with the truth, and we have been fortunate enough to partake of that mercy of understanding to be able to deliver this message onto you in hopes of receiving our salvation, and those that would hear the message receive the salvation as well, which the salvation, the deliverance in them chariots out of that hellfire, out of the destruction that is to come, is only for the Israelites. Okay, and that includes the Israelite foreigners who are not going to look like traditional Israelites, but subscribe to the faith and hold true to it, endure, and call on the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and be saved as well. So reading on, Isaiah 60 and 2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people. That's exactly what these people are in right now. Despite the fact that they continue to tell one lie after another, after another, after another, these people love these lies. Why? Because their own way is evil. They are inclined to do evil. All right? They are inclined to do evil. These people like to do drugs. They like to partake in evil ways. So it's nothing for them to operate under that frequency of wickedness and partake in them lies, because they themselves are evil. If they thirsted after righteousness, all right, they might have a chance to come into the understanding. Okay, I'm speaking specifically of Israelites, to come into the understanding so that they might be saved. But that would require them to repent. It would require them to clean up their act, to ask the Lord for forgiveness, to renew the spirit of their mind, to exercise a sense of discipline and control, and put down the wicked and evil way that they've been accustomed to and come back onto the ways of the Heavenly Father. But the majority of Israel is not inclined to do that, because they are benefiting from the evil acts that they are doing. And not only are they benefiting, they take pleasure in the unrighteous things that they do. And they are really in league with the enemy, with the oppressor. And they're going to continue that way until the Lord not only destroys this kingdom, which we are witnessing the downfall of this kingdom. We are witnessing the downfall of the Edomites. That's why this man is moving with great haste with these draconian, harsh measures, which we're going to see more of in 2022. But back to the point, we are witnessing these things, and the darkness is continuing to cover the people. And by the time that they finally realize what is happening to them, which is their rights are being stripped away, their liberties, their freedoms, okay? In order for you to partake in certain aspects of society, you need to ultimately worship the image, okay, of this beast system. You need to have particular credentials, and brothers and sisters should know what I'm talking about. You have to have particular credentials that authenticate and qualify you to be able to do certain things. And it comes with an expensive toll. And what do I mean? I mean, spiritually and mentally, you need to align yourself with the ways of the enemy. You have to submit unto his order, to be a benefactor of his system, to be the benefactor of his kingdom when we're in the midst of a great transition of power. So yeah, these people are definitely in gross darkness. And as a whole, the nations are in gross darkness because this is a global event. Now, in America, you know, people are more docile, all right, because you got a lot more of that poison in circulation, right? You got a lot more GMO foods in America, all right? These people are all jacked up on high fructose corn syrup, GMOs, impossible meat, drugs, right? Sedatives, freaking chemtrails, right? So these people are all jacked up. But in other countries where they're locking things down, no pass, essentially no right to travel, right? Can't board an airplane. That's happening in Canada. In China, they're not letting people leave their home to even buy bare essentials. People are experiencing these things, all right, or the like, in Australia, Austria, Germany. And now we have remnants in the States, okay, with particular mandates in New York City and California, where you can't dine in or you can't do certain things. So, and yet people are still in compliance. They're still in agreement because they are under the false impression that things will inevitably get better. But that is a lie, and they're ultimately under a spell. Okay, they're under a spell. They're under an enchantment. So it says, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, right? The hopeful elect. All right. And his glory shall be seen upon thee, right? What glory? The glory of the truth, right? And right now we're, you know, in the midst of great insurrection where Esau is going to come down harder on the Israelites and try to not only get us off these different platforms, all right, but demonize us in the media and scrutinize us and basically, you know, try to destroy our reputation. But really, that's only going to go so far as well. But we understand and expect those things because it is written. And, you know, a brother, one of the brothers in the main camp in New York, the brother Amawanga Bar, had did a video about a story where, you know, these Jakes were being called extremists, you know, a certain number of times. I think it was a total of 8. Esau said it 6, and then you had the one Jake say it twice, you know, pushing those different vibrations and enchantments that way. But basically demonizing what they were calling Black Hebrew extremists, right? And, you know, I guess 2 daughters had perished and a father, and they're still trying to figure it out. But anyways, we expect those things, but it's not going to ultimately affect the truth, because people are going to acknowledge that we were the ones that were telling you these things. So that glory is going to be seen upon us. Not to mention, they're going to witness that glory when Yahushua returns, when we're the ones being beamed up in them chariots. So, you know, people are going to acknowledge us because we were the ones that told the truth. All right. As well as acknowledge that salvation is only for the Israelites, beginning with the elect, as we are the ones that are going to be seen going into them chariots. Now, from there, I'm going to go to Job, because I just wanted to read this real quick, because I mentioned the downfall of this, you know, kingdom. We're seeing a transition of power, and you know, people are still yet in a spirit of celebration, not realizing that this kingdom is totally done. It's finished. And 2021, the spirit of these different wicked days that these people like to celebrate, the joy was not there. It was totally stripped. And I believe as soon as we transition to what is so-called 2022, you're gonna feel a greater heaviness, man. These people are gonna really get that hope, all right, really stripped away this year, man. That's my belief in the spirit. All right, I'm just saying, the spirit, whatever is left from 2021 going to 2022 is going to be totally taken away. I believe this is going to be a great heaviness as 2022 is entered in. All right. And as previous years have shown, because of the times that we're living in, with each new year coming in, and 2022 is not going to be an exception. All right. There's going to be great things that are going to start this year off that are going to set the tone for the rest of the year. And it's going to be terrible for these people, terrible for you wicked Israelites, terrible for you scoffers, man, and terrible for our enemies. And this very well may be the year that the Lord redeems his elect from off the earth and destroys our enemies and subdues them and overthrows the different strongholds and dominions of Esau, Edom, and the other nations, and restores the Israel back to restores the kingdom back to Israel. Abaratazah, man. But anyways, this is Job 20:5. Well, actually, I'm going to start at verse 4. Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So this nation of hypocrites, the Edomites, man, all right, who claim to have the moral high ground, but yet their character is reflective of nothing but wickedness and evil and everything that's contrary to the holy and righteous scriptures. Your kingdom is done. It's through. It's finished. Thamam. And all those who have joined themselves onto you are also going to experience great judgment and destruction coming in this next year. All right. A lot of things are going to manifest themselves in 2022. All right. A lot more people are going to drop dead as a result of being experimented on. Certain things are going to be activated. We're going to witness and see things that we've never seen before. All right. More chariot sightings are going to be seen. All right. And look, that's what you can expect. That's the overall message and spirit that I'm conveying in this lesson. All right. More judgment and prophecy for 2022. All right. And all joy is going to be taken out of this place. With all false sense of expectation, hopes, and desires these people had are going to be taken away, because things are going to get strict or more strict, man. Esau going to really show his horns. And as a byproduct, his own people are going to be caught in the crosshairs. All right. And this thing is going to happen globally, as we already see it taking place. And Lord's will, this coming so-called new year will be the year where the Most High allows Esau to mandate that MOTB. We see them contentions and conflicts and exchanges between Russia and America. We see those fires out in Colorado. We see the different uprisings around the world, man. So this place is done. Again, that the triumphing of the wicked is short. This man, he was loose for his little season. Okay, the adversary was loose his little season. And the Lord gave him the world, okay? And he, with his influence, his power, has corrupted nations, corrupted the Israelites, okay? The wicked of them, of course. He's perverted the world. He's misused and abused. And now it's time for him to go. All right? It's time for him to go. And that's, I'm going to conclude it with this last prophecy, is our expectation, which is going to hold, all right, hold true. Our expectation is going to hold true. This is Proverbs 23:18. For surely there is an end. You're damn right, man. There's an end to this man's rulership. There's an end to all that's wicked. The wickedness among our people, the scoffing, it's going to end. This man's rulership, this kingdom, is going to end. These other nations who have jointly ruled with this man, it's coming to an end. Okay? These people's opinions, as if they freaking matter. All right? Their vain ass opinions and thoughts and desires is all coming to an end. It says, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. And now what's our expectation? That the Most High is going to fulfill more judgment and more prophecy is going to be fulfilled. And the Lord is going to destroy our enemies. The Lord is going to give us a great increase of the spirit. And no matter what we go through, because we understand that we shall enter into the kingdom with much tribulation. But at the same time, we're not to fear those things, because the Lord is going to increase our spirits. The Lord is going to give us great strength. The Lord is going to give certain brothers abilities. Okay. All right. So we have a great advantage, being that we have been given the mercy of truth. All right. And our expectation that this place is going to be destroyed in 2022 is not going to be an exception to years prior. It's only going to be worse. To expect worse things to happen. More division is going to come to this place. All right. More separation between you and family is going to happen. Okay. The Lord is going to weed out all the wicked ass Israelites within the nation. All those who aren't really standing for the truth. The Lord is going to get. Most High is going to continue to destroy this kingdom. All right. And yet remain with his hopeful elect and increase their faith and give them the spirit to endure so that they could be saved. So that's our expectation, man, for this coming new year. So that's the vibration that I wish to push. I hope you were inspired and edified in Yahalabah Shem Yahushai through this lesson. And I want to say, Call Halai Yahalabah Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect.